The story of Indian railways began on a warm afternoon, the 16th of April in 1853. It was a day that would forever change the face of India, though, honestly, few could have imagined its full impact at the time. A grand new machine, a steam locomotive puffing out clouds of white smoke, stood ready at Boribanda in Bombay. It was hitched to 14 polished carriages, carrying around 400 very important and curious guests. The destination was Thane, a town just 34 kilometers away. A great crowd had gathered to watch this spectacle, a mix of awe and disbelief on their faces, as the engine let out a mighty whistle. The journey was a marvel of its time, a pioneering step into a new world of travel and connection for the subcontinent. As the train chugged along, it moved past villages and fields where people stopped their work to stare at the incredible sight. Never before had they seen a vehicle that moved without being pulled by animals, gliding smoothly on two parallel lines of iron. The journey, which would have taken many hours by bullock cart, was completed in just under an hour. The arrival in Thane was met with celebration and wonder. This was not just a simple trip between two towns. It was the birth of a network that would one day stitch the vast and varied tapestry of India together. The British rulers who introduced it saw it as a tool for their own purposes, but it soon took on a life of its own, becoming something much more. The idea for a railway in India had been debated for years. The British East India Company needed a faster way to move raw materials like cotton from the country's interior to the ports for shipping back to England. They also needed to transport soldiers and administrators quickly across the vast land to maintain their control. The steam locomotive was the perfect solution. It promised speed, efficiency, and power on a scale never before seen. The success of this first journey from Bombay to Thane proved that the dream was possible. It was the spark that ignited a railway revolution, setting in motion the construction of thousands of kilometers of track in the decades that followed. This inaugural run was more than just a technical achievement. It was a profound cultural moment. It symbolized the arrival of the industrial age in a land steeped in ancient traditions. For the Indian people who witnessed it, the train was a source of both fascination and apprehension. It represented a powerful force of change, a new rhythm that would soon begin to dictate the pace of life. The rhythmic clatter of wheels on steel tracks would become the heartbeat of a developing nation, a sound that promised adventure, opportunity, and a connection to distant places and people, heralding the start of a great and enduring train journey. Following the success of the first journey, the British embarked on an ambitious plan to cover India with a vast network of railway lines. This expansion was driven by clear strategic and economic goals. From a military perspective, the railways allowed the British to move troops swiftly to any part of the country to quell rebellions or secure their borders. This ability to project power was crucial for maintaining control over such a large and diverse territory. Economically, the network was designed to serve the interests of the British Empire. Tracks were laid from the rich agricultural heartlands and mining regions directly to the major port cities like Bombay, Calcutta, and Madras, ensuring a steady and efficient flow of resources to fuel Britain's factories. The construction of this iron web was a monumental undertaking, involving immense labor and engineering skill. Thousands of Indian workers toiled under difficult conditions to lay the tracks, build the bridges, and dig the tunnels that the new system required. They crossed mighty rivers, cut through dense jungles, and navigated treacherous mountain passes. The railways became a symbol of British engineering prowess, but they were built on the sweat and effort of the Indian people. As the network grew, it fundamentally altered the landscape and the economy. New towns sprang up around railway junctions, and old cities found new importance as centers of trade and transport, all connected by the ever-expanding lines of steel. While the primary purpose was to serve the colonial administration, the railways inadvertently began to unite the country in a new way. For the first time, people from different regions, speaking different languages and following different customs, could travel and interact with one another on a large scale. A journey that might have taken weeks on foot or by cart could now be completed in a matter of days. This new mobility started to break down regional barriers and foster a sense of a shared Indian identity. People traveled for pilgrimages, for work, and to visit family, and the train became the vessel for these journeys, carrying with it a rich mix of stories, ideas, and cultures from across the subcontinent. By the time India stood on the cusp of independence, the railway network was one of the most extensive in the world. It was a complex legacy left behind by the British. On one hand, it was an instrument of colonial exploitation, a system built to drain wealth from the country. On the other hand, it was a magnificent piece of infrastructure that had unintentionally laid the groundwork for a modern, unified nation. The railways had become deeply embedded in the land and its people. The rhythmic sound of the trains had become a familiar part of life, a constant reminder of both a difficult past and the promise of a connected future. When India gained independence in 1947, the new government inherited a sprawling but fragmented railway system. The partition of the country had sliced through major lines, and many parts of the network were in need of repair after the strains of the Second World War. One of the first major tasks for the newly formed Indian Railways in 1951 was to nationalize and integrate the various princely state railways and private companies into a single unified organization. This was a crucial step towards building a truly national transport system that would serve the interests of all Indian citizens, not just a colonial power. The focus shifted from serving ports to connecting the vast, diverse nation and fostering economic development for its people. In the decades that followed, Indian Railways became a powerful engine of national integration and progress. New lines were built to connect remote and previously inaccessible areas, bringing them into the economic and social mainstream. The railways played a pivotal role in transporting food grains during times of famine, moving raw materials to newly established industries, and carrying finished goods to markets across the country. It became the primary mode of long-distance travel for millions of ordinary Indians, a democratic space where people from all walks of life traveled together. The train journey itself became a microcosm of India, a vibrant and bustling world on wheels, full of conversation, shared meals, and fleeting friendships. The evolution of the trains themselves mirrored the country's own journey. The age of steam slowly gave way to the efficiency of diesel and electric locomotives. This transition was vital for increasing speed, hauling heavier loads, and reducing pollution. The iconic sound of the steam whistle was gradually replaced by the powerful hum of diesel engines and the quieter glide of electric trains. The network continued to expand, becoming one of the largest employers in the country and a symbol of India's self-reliance and industrial capability. The railways were no longer just a means of transport. They were a lifeline, essential to the daily functioning of the nation and the aspirations of its people. Today, Indian Railways stands as one of the largest and busiest rail networks in the world, a testament to the vision and hard work of generations. It continues to be the backbone of the country's transport infrastructure, carrying over 20 million passengers and millions of tons of freight every single day. From the Himalayan foothills to the southern tip of Kanyakumari, the familiar blue coaches of Indian Railways are a constant presence, weaving the nation together. The journey from a colonial tool to a national asset is a remarkable story of transformation, reflecting India's own path from dependence to a proud, self-sufficient nation, moving steadily forward on its own tracks. The Indian Railways network is a wonderfully diverse ecosystem of trains, offering a journey for every purpose and every pocket. At the most basic level are the passenger trains, the slow and steady workhorses of the system. These trains stop at almost every small station and halt along their route, serving as a vital link for people in rural and semi-urban areas. They are often unreserved and incredibly affordable, making them the go-to choice for short-distance travel. Then there are the express and superfast trains, which form the core of long-distance travel. They connect major cities and towns with fewer stops than passenger trains, offering a balance of speed and accessibility, with options ranging from unreserved general compartments to comfortable air-conditioned coaches. Moving up the ladder, we find the premium trains that cater to passengers seeking more comfort and speed. The Rajdhani Express trains connect state capitals to the national capital, New Delhi, and are known for their high speeds and inclusive catering services. Similarly, the Shatabdi Express trains are prestigious daytime intercity services, connecting major metropolitan centers with journeys of less than a day. In recent years, new categories like the Duronto Express, offering non-stop or very few stop services between major city pairs, and the Tejas Express, with its modern amenities like Wi-Fi and infotainment screens, have further enhanced the premium travel experience, showing a clear move towards greater passenger comfort. For those seeking an experience of ultimate luxury, Indian Railways operates a fleet of world-renowned tourist trains. The most famous of these is the Palace on Wheels, which takes travelers on a regal journey through the historic state of Rajasthan, in coaches that replicate the opulence of the personal carriages of former Maharajas. Other luxury trains like the Maharajas Express and the Golden Chariot offer similar extravagant experiences, combining five-star hotel comfort with the romance of train travel. These trains are designed for international and domestic tourists, showcasing India's rich heritage and breathtaking landscapes in unparalleled style, though they represent a world far removed from the daily commute of the average Indian. The latest and most exciting additions to this varied fleet are the new generation trains that signal India's ambition for a high-speed future. The Vande Bharat Express, a semi-high-speed train, has already captured the public's imagination with its impressive speed, sleek design, and modern, aircraft-like interiors. These chair-car trains have revolutionized intercity travel on several routes. Building on this success, the brand-new Vande Bharat sleeper variant is now being introduced for comfortable overnight journeys. Looking even further ahead, the much-anticipated bullet train project promises to bring true high-speed rail to India, starting with the Mumbai-Ahmedabad corridor, representing a quantum leap in the evolution of train travel in the country. The single greatest advantage of Indian Railways is its incredible reach and affordability, making it the true lifeline of the nation. The network spans the length and breadth of the country, connecting bustling metropolises with the smallest, most remote villages. For millions of people, especially those with limited incomes, the train is, honestly, the only viable option for long-distance travel. The fares, especially in the lower classes, are heavily subsidized, ensuring that travel remains accessible to everyone. This connectivity is not just about moving people. It is about connecting families, creating economic opportunities, and making sure that no part of the country is left isolated. The railway is a great leveler, a democratic space where a farmer, a student, and a business person can all share a journey. Beyond its social role, Indian Railways is a colossal economic force. It is one of the largest employers in the world, providing livelihoods to over 1 million people directly and supporting countless more in related industries. The railways are the backbone of the country's freight transport, moving essential commodities like coal for power plants, food grains for public distribution, fertilizers for farms, and cement for construction. By transporting goods in bulk at a relatively low cost, it plays a crucial role in keeping the wheels of the Indian economy turning. Without the railways, the logistics of supplying a nation of over 1 billion people would be an almost impossible task, and the cost of goods would be, significantly higher. In an era of growing environmental concerns, the railways offer a greener alternative to other modes of transport. A train can carry a large number of people or a huge amount of freight in a single journey, making it far more fuel efficient per person or per ton than road or air travel. The ongoing push towards 100% electrification of the network further enhances its environmental credentials, as it reduces dependence on fossil fuels like diesel and cuts down on carbon emissions. As India strives to meet its climate goals, A robust and modernized railway system is definitely one of its most important assets for building a sustainable future, offering a path to development that is less damaging to the planet. Finally, the train journey itself is a unique and integral part of the Indian cultural experience. It is a world unto itself, a place of constant motion and human connection. Long journeys are opportunities for conversations with strangers, for sharing food, and for observing the diverse and ever-changing landscapes of India from the window. This experience has been immortalized in countless books, songs, and films, becoming a powerful symbol of unity and adventure. The rhythmic clatter of the wheels, the call of the chaiwala on the platform, and the colorful chaos of a station are all threads woven into the rich fabric of Indian life. The railways do more than just transport people. They carry the very soul of the country. Despite being the nation's lifeline, Indian Railways is not without its significant and persistent problems. Perhaps the most visible and widely experienced issue is overcrowding. On many popular routes, especially in the unreserved general and sleeper classes, compartments are often packed far beyond their capacity. This creates incredibly uncomfortable and sometimes unsafe conditions for passengers, turning a simple journey into a grueling ordeal. The sight of people cramming into coaches, sitting on floors, and spilling out of doorways is a common one. This chronic overcrowding is a direct result of a demand for travel that far outstrips the available supply of trains and seats, a challenge that the railways have struggled to overcome for decades. Another major source of frustration for travelers is the issue of punctuality. Delays are frequent and can range from a few minutes to many hours, disrupting schedules and causing immense inconvenience. These delays are often caused by a combination of factors, including severe congestion on key routes where passenger and freight trains share the same tracks. The infrastructure itself is a significant part of the problem. A large portion of the network still relies on aging tracks, signaling systems, and bridges that cannot support higher speeds or greater traffic density. While modernization is underway, the sheer scale of the network means that upgrading everything is a slow and expensive process, leading to persistent bottlenecks and operational inefficiencies. The standards of cleanliness and hygiene can also be a major concern for passengers. While there has been a noticeable improvement on premium services and at major stations in recent years, conditions on many older trains and in smaller stations can be quite poor. Toilets can be dirty, coaches may not be cleaned properly between journeys, and the disposal of waste along the tracks remains a problem. This disparity in service quality between different classes of trains creates a two-tier system, where those who can afford to pay more enjoy a clean and comfortable journey, while those in the cheaper classes have to endure suboptimal conditions. This inconsistency undermines the railway's role as a great equalizer. Safety, while improving, remains a critical challenge. The vast and complex network is vulnerable to accidents, which, although decreasing in frequency, can have devastating consequences when they do occur. Issues like track maintenance, signal failures, and human error are constant concerns that require vigilant management. Modern safety systems like the Kavach anti-collision device are being rolled out, but their implementation across the entire network will take time. For passengers, the combination of overcrowding, aging infrastructure, and the potential for accidents creates an underlying sense of vulnerability. A stark reminder of the urgent need for continuous investment and reform to make every journey a safe one. The Indian railways are far more than just a mode of transport. They are deeply woven into the cultural and political fabric of the nation. In Indian culture, the train is a powerful and recurring motif, a symbol of journeys, both physical and metaphorical. It has been the setting for countless iconic scenes in Bollywood films, from dramatic chase sequences on the roof of a speeding train to poignant farewells on a misty platform. In literature, authors have used the train journey to explore themes of destiny, change, and the incredible diversity of India. The train compartment acts as a microcosm of the country, a temporary community where characters from different backgrounds are thrown together, sharing stories and shaping each other's lives before parting at their destinations. This deep cultural connection means that the railways hold immense political significance. For any government in power, the Railway Ministry is one of the most high-profile and politically sensitive portfolios. The annual railway budget, once a separate event, was watched with bated breath by the entire nation, as it directly impacted the lives of millions. Decisions on whether to increase passenger fares are fraught with political risk, as affordable travel is seen as a right by many. Politicians often use the railways as a tool to gain public favor, announcing new train services, new stops in their constituencies, or new railway line projects to demonstrate their commitment to development and win votes. The railway has always been an instrument of state policy, used to shape the country's development according to political priorities. States and regions actively lobby the central government for new railway projects, knowing that a new line can bring economic prosperity, jobs, and better connectivity to their area. The location of a new railway factory or a zonal headquarters can become a matter of intense regional pride and political competition. This has sometimes led to decisions being made based on political considerations rather than on operational or economic logic, resulting in unviable routes or projects that struggle to be completed. The politics of the railway is a constant balancing act between national needs and regional aspirations. The promises made by politicians have a direct impact on the direction of modernization. Leaders like Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw have made the transformation of Indian railways a key part of their governance agenda. The push for high-speed trains like the bullet train and the expansion of the Vande Bharat network are not just infrastructure projects. They are powerful political statements about a new India that is modern, efficient, and technologically advanced. These flagship projects are showcased as evidence of progress and national pride. The success or failure of these initiatives is closely tied to the political fortunes of the government, making the future of the railways a subject of constant public and political scrutiny. Indian Railways is currently in the midst of its most significant transformation since independence, marking a decisive shift towards speed, comfort, and modern technology. The most visible symbols of this new era are the Vande Bharat Express trains. These semi-high-speed, self-propelled train sets have set a new benchmark for intercity travel in India. With their sleek, aerodynamic design, automatic doors, and aircraft-style interiors, they offer a passenger experience that is a world away from the conventional trains of the past. The success of the chaircar version has paved the way for the recent introduction of the Vande Bharat Sleeper, designed to revolutionize overnight travel with enhanced comfort and reduced journey times on long-distance routes like the inaugural Guwahati-Kolkata service. The ambition for speed does not end with Vande Bharat. The ultimate goal is the introduction of true high-speed rail, and the Mumbai-Ahmedabad High-Speed Rail Corridor, popularly known as the Bullet Train project, is the first step. This project, being built with Japanese assistance, is one of the most ambitious infrastructure projects in India's history. While facing challenges with land acquisition and construction timelines, the government remains committed to its launch, with Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw targeting a 2027 inauguration. The bullet train promises to slash travel time between the two major economic hubs, heralding a new age of transport and potentially catalyzing economic development along its entire route. It represents a quantum leap in India's technological capabilities. This wave of modernization extends beyond just new trains. A critical focus is on upgrading safety across the entire network. A key innovation being deployed is Kavach, an indigenous automatic train protection system designed to prevent collisions by automatically applying the brakes if it detects another train on the same line. Alongside this, new trains are being built with enhanced crash-worthy designs, fire detection and suppression systems, and extensive CCTV surveillance to improve passenger security. These technological upgrades are vital for building confidence among passengers and ensuring that as speeds increase, safety standards are not just maintained but significantly enhanced, moving towards a goal of zero fatal accidents. The manufacturing of these new-age trains is also a central part of the government's Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat, that is, Self-Reliant India, initiatives. The Vande Bharat trains are designed and manufactured domestically, with bodies like the Integral Coach Factory and BEML Limited leading the production. This focus on indigenous manufacturing not only creates jobs and develops domestic industrial capacity, but also reduces reliance on foreign technology and imports. By building its own modern trains, India is developing a complete ecosystem for a 21st century railway, from design and production to operation and maintenance, positioning itself as a leader in railway technology. As Indian Railways steams ahead into the future, it finds itself at a crucial intersection, balancing the exciting promise of modernization with the enduring responsibility of serving every Indian. The reasons to choose the train are becoming stronger. For those on routes served by the new Vande Bharat trains, the journey is faster, cleaner, and more comfortable than ever before. The upcoming bullet train promises a world-class travel experience. The push for electrification makes the railways an increasingly eco-friendly choice. And for millions, it remains the most affordable and reliable way to connect with the rest of the country, a cultural journey as much as a physical one. The forward momentum is undeniable, and the vision of a modern, efficient railway is slowly but surely taking shape. However, the reasons to avoid the train, or at least to travel with apprehension, have not disappeared. For every sleek new Vande Bharat, there are hundreds of older, slower trains where overcrowding, delays, and poor hygiene are still daily realities. The disparity between the new and the old is stark. The challenge for the railways is to ensure that the benefits of modernization are not confined to a few premium routes and a minority of passengers who can afford them. Upgrading the core infrastructure of tracks, signals, and stations across the entire network is a monumental task that requires sustained investment and political will, far beyond the glamour of flagship projects. The path forward is a complex one, filled with both opportunities and significant hurdles. Securing the enormous funding required for projects like the bullet train and nationwide track renewal is a constant challenge. Land acquisition for new lines remains a slow and contentious process. Most importantly, the railways must manage the transition carefully to keep travel affordable for the common person. The introduction of more premium, higher fare trains must not come at the expense of the basic, subsidized services that form the backbone of the network and serve the nation's poorest citizens. The railway's future success will depend on its ability to be both a high-tech transport provider and a social welfare lifeline. In conclusion, the story of Indian Railways is a story of India itself, a journey of immense progress, persistent challenges, and incredible resilience. From the first steam engine puffing out of Bombay to the sleek bullet train taking shape today, it has been a journey of transformation. The task ahead is to build a railway system that is not only faster and safer, but also more inclusive and equitable. By bridging the gap between the old and the new, and by ensuring that its tracks continue to connect every corner of the nation, Indian Railways can fulfill its destiny as the true engine of India's growth, carrying the hopes and aspirations of 1 billion people towards a brighter future.